Coach Robby here. Y'all join me in welcoming 2024 shortstop utility Karsen Griggs. Karsen is from Shawnee, Oklahoma, goes to Dale Public Schools and plays for the Oklahoma Athletics 05. Karsen also actually pitches a little bit, but that's not what caught my eye. Karsen is one of the most advanced 2024s I've seen out there. She's already standing 5'7", 145 pounds. At a workout just a couple of weeks ago with her team and her organization, she was one of the only kids to end up receiving close to a perfect score with her infield grades. Ended up with a 4 out of 5 on her infield range, ended up with a 4 out of 5 on mobility, and a 5 out of 5 on mechanics. We gave her the short ball, we gave her the one right at her, we gave her left to right, we even tested her range a little bit, gave her a couple of foul shots that 9 out of 10 kids could not get to. And not only was Karsen able to get to him, Karsen was able to get to him on her feet because of her range, and then actually had the overhand to make the throw on a line. Had a 58, 59 mile an hour overhand pretty consistently. Again, her range was just unbelievable. Her lightness on her feet, her reads of the ball off the bat, and then ability to change direction really quickly. She really moved like a point guard in basketball. She also ended up having a 67 mile an hour ball exit speed and did it consistently. Going up for BP, and the kid can go to either field at will. Has a slightly crouched stance with a slightly open stance, and then a short stride, but super quick hands, and understands weight transfer. Explodes with her weight through the ball extremely well. Karsen can take it yard, but is going to hit a lot of line drive gap shots and has just enough quickness to get a couple of bags off of it, and with one simple mistake or just the right shot with the right type of backspin and right center, and she ends up at three. Karsen, the cherry on top was Karsen's maturity. It wasn't just the physical maturity. It wasn't just the ability was well ahead of most kids that I've seen in her age class. She's a 2024 that handles herself like an 18-year-old and was able to have an adult conversation, not just about softball, but about life, about academics, about career. Her train of thought is so much farther ahead. Possibly, the parents, you can tell really quickly that they allow her to handle a lot of her own business, but she also has 2 older sisters that handle their business, and, some playing college ball. That's a large reason I can tell with Karsen that not just is she physically advanced, but hasn't reached half of her ceiling, has still got a huge upside, but is also light years ahead of most of the 24s in maturity and the ability to grasp what's going on and what's going to be necessary. For more on Karsen, check out her NSR profile at evo.nsr-inc.com/Karsen.Griggs24, or of course get at me.